me unbury myself. I just took the braids out, and this is what it looks like. So I thought you might like to see. I have a special guest tonight, and her name is Erika. Her middle name is Leigh. So she's got all kinds of Viking and Celtic going on in her name. And just that tells a little bit about what she does. So she does readings with the Om alphabet, and it is connected to the Celtic tree calendar. And I'm so excited to have Erika on my show because she is one of the people that I've been able to teach. And so I want to hear from you. How are you, Erika?
I'm good. Thank you, Marcia.
We are actually, when I work, we're in the same town. Now I am at my aunt's house and staying with her for a little bit until she takes off to Vegas, and then I'll be house sitting up here. So Erika is in Billings, and jeez, it's like wearing a coat.
2 coats.
So yeah. Anyway, how you're doing well. Can you tell us a little bit about the readings that you did this weekend?
Yeah. Okay. So, starting in March of this year, I was taking classes with Marcia, and as we approached the graduation date in summer, we got to the part of the class where we were doing divination, and we learned about the tarot, and we started practicing with the tarot. And I am just one of those people that it didn't. I just couldn't get it. It's like the rules of football. I just can't retain it. Every time I learn it, I'm learning it again for the very first time.
Uh-huh.
And so Marcia encouraged me to look at other modalities for doing divination, and I stumbled across the Ogham staves, which is the Celtic, the ancient Celtic writing system that is carved into the standing stones all over Ireland and Wales and Scotland, and the Druids, the Gaelic languages. At one point in time, they used these symbols and that alphabet. Historically, it was carved into like mile markers. They were mile markers. They were property barriers, and they were like gravestones. Gravestones are property markers.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
And
so and some of them are on the standing stones too, right?
Standing stones, yes. Yes. Yeah. Standing stones. Yes. Yeah. And there's only 20 of them. So it was a lot easier for me to get through it and go through it again and go through it again until I retained it.
That's a lot easier than the tarot, yeah.
Yes.
But it goes along with the Celtic tree calendar too, right?
So what happened there? Okay, so Robert Graves is the one who created the Celtic tree calendar.
Oh,
kind of, sort of, not really though, because there's only 13 trees.
Yeah.
So he took 7 of them and he just discarded them from the bunch. And so, but yes, the 20 symbols, they each have a tree attached to them, and it does go in a calendar, and there's 20 phases. It starts with the birch tree and it goes all the way around until the yew tree at the end of the year. And so it does. There's a timeline. They actually go in order of how they bloom and how they bud and what order the leaves start falling and dropping. But
I
yeah,
did not know that. That's cool.
yeah. But the actual so the zodiac, that was created by Robert Graves, and we don't know why he chose the 7 that he chose to kick out of the system.
Yeah, because pine isn't there, cedar isn't there.
Right.
Maybe fir is there. I don't remember about fir.
So pine and fir are the same one in the
Okay.
yes. So yes. So if you see pine on one calendar, you won't see fir, because they occupy the same spot.
I see. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you're right. Yeah. There's no cedar. And a lot of these are, these are the plants that are native to the Isles. And
Yeah.
so the Druids, their spirit guides spoke to them through nature. So if they could sit and observe, and it required using all 5 of your senses: what you see, what you hear, what you feel, what you taste, and that's how they received their messages, was paying attention to what was happening in the natural world around them. So I was pretty drawn to that too.
Yeah. I bet. Yeah. What made me excited about this is that she does Celtic Reiki as well. And I have a friend with a Celtic Reiki Master, and I've been trying to get him to teach me how he does Celtic Reiki, because he brings in the energy of all those trees.
Yes.
So, but he gets caught up in being perfect, I think. So
Me
we have gotten there.
that might be a side effect of those that get into it.
Maybe. Or maybe you're attracted to the same things, right?
Right.
So, well, I can tell you that Erika did some fabulous readings this weekend, and she said that she flopped one, and I said, no, you didn't. You just had to look at the book.
I did. I totally did. And when I looked at it, I was just like, I've never seen that before in my life.
That's great.
But as soon as I looked at the book, I was like, oh gosh, how could I have forgotten?
Well, sometimes when you get put on the spot like that, or depending on who you're giving a reading to,
Right. Right.
Sometimes it's a little intimidating and your brain just stops. So, yeah, you never know. But anyway, I figured that we could do some readings tonight.
Yes.
But before we do that, I want to talk a little more, because she's not, I don't see you wearing them tonight, but some of the outfits and dresses and different things that I've gotten for the Ren Fair have been either inspired or provided by Erika, because she has this fabulous collection of that period of costumes. So it is absolutely amazing. And I want to talk more about that too.
Okay.
So what inspired you to get into that? Have you had a passion about that era?
So what happened was in 2017, I stopped drinking. And then in 2019, I quit smoking pot. And so now that I wasn't drinking and smoking anymore, I had I wasn't making any more money, but the money that I was coming in, I was able to reallocate it into doing the Ren Fair stuff because it was something I had always I watched it from the sidelines and I watched it from the background, but I could never afford to participate. And so that was one of the things that I treated myself with. And then when I stepped into it, then COVID hit and all of the events got shut down.
Damn.
And so, and I kind of got depressed with the isolation. And somebody said, "Why are you waiting for the events? Just wear it." And so I did. I started wearing it like once or twice a week to work. And at that point in time, I was delivering medical supplies to nursing homes. And the residents, their eyes would just light up when they'd see it. And so I started doing it more like 3 or 4 days a week instead of 1 or 2. And then it got to the point where if I didn't dress up, people were like, "Are you okay? Is something wrong? Did something happen?"
Lovely.
Yeah. And then a friend suggested the Damsel in This Dress company to me. She's based out of Utah, and I started wearing because I was driving. I started wearing her corsets for the back support because I was behind the wheel of the van 10 to 12 hours a day, and it was primarily for that, but they're just so pretty, and I just started getting things to showcase it more, and I love it. I do. I love it. I feel it feels like I'm being hugged all day long.
Well, I'm starting to like mine more. I have a funny shaped body for corsets. So
we all do. All of us.
At the time, it was really, really pinchy. So
yes. Yep. And my breastbone has it doesn't have a callus on it, but it's definitely tougher than it used to be.
I bet. So I don't think I told you, Erika, but if you click over on your screen to the comments tab, you can see the comments that people are making. And I want to say hi to some people. Robert is here.
Okay.
I forgot. How do you say your name again? Alita? Oh. Nope, Alita. I think it's Alita. I apologize, Alita. I knew I was going to get it wrong. See? You second guess yourself. Do you see where that is, Erika?
Now, yes.
Okay.
Yes. Okay.
And Robert is here, and Ruth is here over on Rumble. Let's see. Patty is here. Yay. Awesome. So, did I miss anybody? Pooja's here. Yay. Pooja listens all the way from India.
Hi.
So it's good to, and these people are, Robin is here if I didn't say that. Most of these people are from the East Coast. Okay. So I don't know where Alita is. But yeah. Awesome. So welcome everybody. I'm glad you're here. Erika, tell me more about your name.
Oh, okay. So when my mom was pregnant with me, they didn't even have a girl's name picked out. They were convinced she was having a boy, and so they had the name Derek picked out, which was one of my dad's best friends. So I was going to be named after my dad's best friend. And when I came out a girl, they didn't like Derika, but they just dropped the E or the D, and they stuck with Erika, and they spelled it with a K because my maiden name is Wilcom. Okay. Also with a K. Very Norse. Like one of the most Norse names you could have. And I don't know the backstory on why they chose Leigh for my middle name. But when I was looking for a practitioner name, I was really stuck. We did several meditations on it, and I just couldn't get anything.
Yeah.
And so I was sitting in front of the computer, and I was like, okay, I'm doing with all the stuff with this Celtic theme. What is the Gaelic word for healer? And the Gaelic word for healer is Leigh. It's my middle name. I was like,
Isn't that awesome?
yeah. So I made it way harder than it had to be.
Tiffany says, wow, my parents were sure I was going to be a boy as well.
Yeah, totally. Oh.
That's great. I don't think my parents knew what I was going to be, that my mom just wanted me out of there. She was an accountant. It was really close to the end of the year. That's what I always blame anyway. Well, that's a perfect. So what's Bandrui?
Bandrui is the female druid.
Yes.
Yes.
Very good. Very good.
Yep.
I ran across a lot of stuff for a long time that said that they weren't female druids, that they were all males. And I knew that I had past lives, and I know I've seen you in this life. And if I haven't said anything, shame on me. But we have green cloaks that are velvet, and there's gold thread up around the top in a wide band, and then like 3 inches wide, and then it comes all the way down. But it also, we have another, I can't tell if it crisscrosses like a corset or if it crisscrosses because we have a gold really long tie, like a belt type thing, but it would be in rope form.
Like
and
the
then
girdle.
Into that. Yeah. Yeah. So, but I know that I have seen myself in that, and surrounded by a group of women that are also wearing those, and we're always in trees.
Yes. Yes.
Usually there's a fire. So yes. So my hair's gonna drive me nuts. So yeah, do you remember any past lives?
I don't.
Okay.
I've tried a couple of times. I had a QHHT session, and when she took me in, I think it was like 4 hours long, and she pulled me out of it because she was just exhausted. She couldn't do it anymore.
Wow.
But I did try, and I was supposed to go back so that we could try again, and I never did.
Oh, really?
So
yeah.
Maybe that's something we can explore together.
Maybe. Cool. And I wonder if, so I've had people that thought they couldn't be hypnotized, and, all this other, all the excuses in the book, right? So I was sitting with a friend of mine, and we were just talking back and forth on his couch. And I said, well, if you want to see why you're so connected to his wife had passed away. And I said, if you want to see why you're so connected to her, since she's right here, but I knew he wouldn't believe me if he would, not totally, unless he experienced it for himself, right? So
Right.
I said, let's just do some hypnosis. And he goes, oh, I can't be hypnotized. And I said, well, let's just see. Let's give it a shot. So I did all the things, and I took him across a bridge. And when we got to the other side, he said, I just feel the same. And I said, okay, in your imagination,
Right.
what would you look like if you knew you were in a different lifetime? And boom, all all the stuff was there for him, So he said, "Oh my God, I'm wearing buckskin, and man, it feels good." And he goes, "I've never felt this before." And he kept rubbing his arms, rubbing his legs, and he goes, "This is really cool. I love it." And so we talked about that life, and he was together with his wife in that life as well. And I don't remember the rest of the particulars, but it was getting him there. Sometimes there are tricks that people need to
Right.
get you there. So
So
yeah, a little bit about hypnosis as well.
that was really really early on in my sobriety.
Uh-huh.
And she said there was so much that we had to clear from my present life.
Oh yeah.
That we just didn't have time. And but yeah, we'd get to the point where she was trying to take me back, and more would come up, and so she'd help me clear that, and more would come up, and so it was basically there was a lot of shadow work with that session, and I would love to. I'm totally I would love to.
Awesome. Well, Tiffany says that is not surprising. You two have much knowledge and wisdom, and many took an oath of secrecy and privacy to protect the knowledge and the history.
Yes.
And yes, that is true. That's sometimes a huge hurdle for me. Like when I wanted to move into speaking light language, I was already drawing light language, but and especially on people. She's the gal that was giving me the reading was doing this, and she's like, "You're like drawing light language on people," and I said, "Yeah, all the time." And she said, or I knew I was drawing different things all the time, even when I'm doing the hi Isabel. Yay, it's more fun. So when I was doing massages, I was doing that, but jumping the hurdle to get to being able to speak it, when I knew that I wasn't supposed to, that I had so many lifetimes where I wasn't supposed to speak it, was huge for me. So yeah.
Yeah, because the bards weren't just the poets and the singers, they were the historians.
Yes.
All of the clan's history was passed from one bard to the other, and because it was oral tradition, if something happened to the bard before they were able to pass it on, entire chunks of history were lost.
Right. And the secret keepers too.
Yes.
Yeah. We knew more about all of that stuff. And I don't know if everybody knows this, but when I'm at the Ren Fair, my name is Saga Skald. Saga because it's an epic story, and Skald because that is a Viking bard. Yeah. And so, and I've had a lot of lifetimes doing that. Sorry, I keep flipping my hair like a little schoolgirl. It's driving me crazy. I should have put it back. I know. So, but yeah, we had I know that you were right there with me in some of those lifetimes too. So we were the knowledge keepers, but also the secret keepers, and the ones that, that knew who the true heir to the throne was. Even, or the kingdom, or whatever it was, even though this is the person that they're going to give it to, yeah, that happened a lot. But weird things like that. So I know you can't see the background behind Erika very well, but I know because I've been in her house. Right there behind her is, well, there's some spectacular stones there, and also her, oh my gosh, words, altar. Wow. And let's see.
There it is. Right there.
Yeah. With you, Vanna. Oh my gosh. And the moon broke. So Erika had this really cool moon. Can you tell him about that?
The the
2 horns.
oh yeah, we just took it out to the garage today because the cold weather made it fall apart.
Aw.
I know, but yes, it's 2. I want to say they're petrified because they are heavy, and I know horns aren't that heavy, but they're 2 cow horns, and somebody put them together and they made a crescent moon out of the horns, and it sticks on the. It's normally up on the what's it called? The little
Is that
bench with the arch. What do you call that? It's a bench with an arch. And it sits in the arch.
Uh-huh. Yeah. So good deal. Okay, so let's see. We can start with I want to do some readings now, or
Okay.
I'm going to put you on the spot and let you do readings.
Okay.
So I will keep track, I guess, and let you know who we're reading for.
Okay.
Okay. Patty is first.
Okay. Do you want me to show the cards that I've been using?
Yeah.
Okay, so this set I got this set off of Etsy. It's called Roots. There we go. Oh, it's backwards. Sorry. It says Roots, Insights from the Tree Alphabet of Old Ireland. And it was written by Olivia Wiley. And these cards are just beautiful. I'm trying to see if I can. Oh yeah. Okay, so this is the birch tree, and that is the first stave. Yes.
And Tiffany too. Tiffany and I have the same birthday.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Wow. Oh my gosh. How did you guys find each other?
Oh gosh. Let me think. I believe that the first time I heard about this was when our mutual friend and co-host Melissa from Sarasota, Florida. I met her through an automatic writing class that she was doing with a friend of hers, Alicia. And I don't remember if they told me about the show then, but eventually I found out about her show. And then I got to be a guest on her show and met Tiffany. And then it took me a while to get the guts up, but then eventually I got my own show, which was 3 years ago. So
Wow.
yeah.
I've never heard that story.
Yeah.
Well, I am glad that you two met each other.
Yeah. Me too.
And just so each one of these cards has the tree that represents the OM stave. There's 20 of them, and there's 4 sets. Each set is called an ACMA, and I should have drawn. I'm sorry. I should have drawn some stuff out to show you. 1, 2. Let me see if I can get. I have almost all of the. Okay, so these are the first. This is the first ACMA of each set. So for the first ACMA, the lines go that way. And then the second one has 2 lines. The third one has 3 lines, up to 5. And then the second ACMA has the lines going that way. So it's that the 5 over again. There we go. And then the third ACMA, it crosses the center line at a diagonal. And then on the last one, it crosses the center line perpendicular. And so those are the orientations of the staves. And when they are carved into the stone, it starts at the bottom and it works its way up. And so I know that there's another language that does that. I can't remember what it is right now, but there's very few of them that start at the bottom. And that's another symbolization of the tree, where it grows from the bottom up. So there's just trees everywhere.
That's right.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and just shuffle these up. And I'm doing this for Patty. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. Hi, Patty. I'm Erika. Okay. Okay, so we've got so what I drew here, this is the alder. This represents the alder tree. The alder tree is the only tree out of the 20 that is waterproof. And so when in the accounts of the Holy Grail being a wooden cup, that cup had to have been made out of alder. So it's very spiritual, very symbolic, very significant symbol. In the Celtic tradition, the goddess Briad holds a pitcher for the cow's milk. That pitcher is made out of alder. So any vessel that holds liquid is made out of alder, and because alder is lightweight, they also use it to make shields. There's other woods that are stronger, used for other purposes, but the shields, I know Thor and Oak and Shield, it's all romantic and stuff, but to hold a piece of oak in that big of a form for that long would really not be a benefit for long-term fighting.
Right.
So
awesome.
The alder. So for you, Patty, the you are seeking spiritual guidance. You are on a spiritual path. You are where you need to be. Make sure that you stay open. Sometimes we don't come to the realizations that we thought we were going to, but it's okay. That's exactly what was supposed to happen, what was supposed to be revealed, and you're not doing it wrong. And I'm getting so not only the protective force and the spiritual guidance, but the sheltering quality. And yeah,
Yeah.
I know that eventually I'll be able to do the past, present, future with these. But yeah, for right now, I'm just focusing on the present, the here and now. So
Yes, yes. And that's good for today. We're just giving examples today, and we got a lot of people to get through. So, oh, can you tell Tiffany the name of the deck again, please?
I'm sorry. Okay, so the name of the deck is called Roots. And it's the insights from the tree alphabet of Old Ireland. And it's written, and all of the artistry is by Olivia Wiley. It's Wyle.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yes, it is a very cool deck. Okay, so next is, are you done with Patty?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Next is Robert, and he is a big fan of the Norse system, but Celtic is good too, right, Robert? And I know you would be interested in this, so I'm going to tell you that his favorite god is Tyr, the one he follows.
The one-handed.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes, the only one brave enough to stick his hand in the mouth of the wolf.
Right.
Okay.
Boy, some of these, I love how you can tick these traditions off the top of your head, and some of them get lost in mine.
But I can't get tarot. It is. It's just like the rules of football. It doesn't matter how many times or like cribbage. Every time I sit down to play cribbage, it's the very first time I've ever heard how to play it.
There are a lot of rules. Yes.
Okay, so Robert got the willow tree.
Ooh.
And
Right.
so the willow tree, it grows by the water. So there's a very high association with the moon, with the willow tree. And the willow tree, it you know, in the wind, it bends and it flows and it sustains the storm much better than some of the other stiff, rigid trees.
Right.
So I'm getting that there needs to be more of a balance. That that it's something, it's tipped really heavily on one side, and so do what you can to restore, you know, the ebb and flow, but not this. You know, just right here,
Yeah.
right here in the middle.
Yes. Yes.
Stay attentive.
Good, right?
Yeah. Stay attentive. Yeah, and that, I think that's what I've got.
Yep. Okay, let's see what we got. Richard. We have a Robert and a Richard. That would be my dad and his brother. And my grandpa and his dad. And
my dad was a Richard.
was he?
Yep. Yep. And my grandpa was a Frederick.
Yeah, another traditional name. Yeah.
Okay, let's see what we've got here. Okay, this one. So this is the blackthorn.
Ooh.
And this one is all about change. I'm getting adversity. Let's see. Let's see. You're facing it. You are facing adversity right now. And things are going to change. It's not anything. You have to focus on your center of control and really, stay observant and watch what else is going on around you, but really pay attention to where your circle of influence ends. And you're going to be able to get through it a lot easier than some of the other ones around you. So
that sounds good. Okay, Pooja is next.
Okay. Okay. Hi, Pooja. Okay. I love this one. So I know we showed it. This one is the birch tree. And this is the first stave of the alphabet, for the first stave of the set. And it is all about beginnings, and it's all about happy beginnings. When the ice melted at the last ice age, and it receded, and the tundra was finally exposed again, the birch tree was the first tree that made its way north. And when the canopy fell in the fall and it laid the carpet down, that provided the ground cover for the other plants to get their footing. And so the birch tree is the pioneer. It's the one that forages out first. It's the first to bloom. It is the first to flower. It's the first to start changing colors in the fall. Newborn cribs are normally made out of birch. It's a sign of luck. And there's you are in the beginning stages of something incredible and extraordinary, and just put one foot in front of the other and walk out into the unknown, and it's going to be amazing. People are going to follow. You have to go first.
Yay! Oh, Pooja, I love that for you. That's so awesome. Robin is next. She's one of our show hosts as well.
Hi, Robin. Okay. Okay. This is the elderberry.
Cool.
The elderberry is all about feelings, all about emotions. And the symbolism there is the red berries. When we are embarrassed, when we are angry, when we are passionate about something, we get flushed and our cheeks get red. And so this card is all about, it's not about keeping the emotions bottled up. It's about making sure that to take that pause and breathe and take that time to really feel what it's telling you before doing something rash.
Yes.
Yeah, you know, sometimes it's tied to embarrassment, but oftentimes it's about, you know, being passionate about something. And you know, there's nothing wrong with being passionate. Just make sure that there is a reflection on the emotions that are coming up before any action is taken.
Cool. Whoops. Oh, holy cow. I'm doing all kinds of stuff with my computer here. Aleda is next.
Hi, Aleda. Okay.
Oh, before I forget, Tiffany said about the tarot cards. Oh my God, right? I connect with the trees and nature, but not the tarot. Yeah. I don't know if y'all will know this, but I barely know any of the traditional meanings of the cards. I just go with what the pictures are when I read them. So, anyway, go ahead.
I actually might be able to do it now. Okay, so here we have, this is Heather.
Oh.
So this is one of the ones at the end of the year. So Heather and Gorse are placed side by side in the deck. They're not right on the shoreline, but they are in between the forest and the sand dunes. And this, the gorse and the heather create the canopy for all the little things, the small things, the easily picked off ones. And so this card especially is focuses on the relationship side of that partnership. And there's a need for accepting people for who they are and how they are, and that doesn't mean bring your boundaries down. It just means that you know, again, I can't remember what card it was before, but that you have a circle of influence, and everything that's going on outside of it is out of your control. And accepting where the relationship is at is going to be really beneficial for you. So.
Very cool. Awesome. Jill and Roy are married and always together. So,
okay.
But they would like individual reading.
Let's do Jill first.
Okay.
Okay.
And Isabel, I can certainly give you more information on that. That how I do tarot. You bet.
Okay. This one is the rowan tree. It is the second symbol in the alphabet. This, I know it says bless on the card, but I am getting protection. I'm getting protection. I am getting defense, not defensive, but yes, protection. You are protected by your spirit guides, by your higher power, by the creator. There's very little that you can do to self-sabotage yourself enough that the blessings are going to stop coming. And there are people that resent that. There's people that resent that. There's people that are envious of those that are protected by their higher power. And you're not doing anything wrong. Don't change your relationships with your higher power and your spirit guides. Yeah, you're not doing anything wrong, and it's not your fault that you are so blessed. and it's nothing, there's very little that you can do that is going to keep it from coming.
Cool. Nice.
Yeah. And then Roy, right?
Good. Roy, yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay. My little house panther just came through. Okay. So, Roy, this one is the yew tree. Okay. It is the last tree. So we had the birch tree earlier, and this is the yew tree. This is the last tree in the cycle. This is all about letting go. This card is about ancestry. It's about memory. It's about holding on to things way past their time. This is the last tree to drop its fruit. And it is one of the 5 evergreens in the deck. So there are memories and things that have happened that it's time for a release. It's time to let that go and let the new season take hold. So
yeah, very good. Okay, Ruth is next. Ruth is another show host, and she's on Wednesday nights.
Hi, Ruth.
Robin's on Tuesday night. I didn't tell you, Robin's on Tuesday night. Carol Ann is on Thursdays, but I haven't seen that she's here. And Melissa is Fridays. So.
Okay. This one is the hawthorn tree. And this one is about caution. You are facing barriers right now. The hawthorn tree has the thorns on it. It's very caution. Proceed cautiously, but this is not danger. There is a card in here about danger, and this is not about being in danger. It's just more about oh golly, deceit. More be really mindful of the things that you're being told, and do your own research, come to your own conclusions, and don't get stuck.
Yes. And then we have Isabel.
Hi, Isabel.
She was just at our expo on Saturday, so thank you for coming, ma'am.
Okay. Oh boy. So this is the oak tree.
Oh.
And it is it's the second one in the second ACMA. You know, the oak tree and the oak king and the holly king have the battle every 6 months. You know, at midsummer and at Samhain, they get together and they lock horns. And so the oak king, he rules from spring to fall, late spring to early fall. And so the oak tree is very solid, and the canopy spreads out very far, and it can hold a lot of weight. Because the oak tree is so sturdy and stable, a lot of things feel safe at the base of the tree. And when a big enough storm comes along, sometimes the overgrowth on that canopy will snap. That branch will snap, and when it comes to the ground, there's a lot of collateral damage. And so, what I'm getting is that people come to you, and it's okay for you to take care of yourself and make sure that those limbs don't drop. And it's all about understanding you and understanding your limitations and understanding your power and your ability to protect. So
Very good. Yeah, I that totally makes sense for Isabel. Can you pull one for Tiffany, please?
What's that?
Can you pull one for Tiffany, please?
Yes. Oh, thank you. Okay. Oh, that one actually came out.
Okay.
This one wants to be drawn. Okay. So this one here, in certain decks, it's the aspen tree. In other decks, it's the poplar tree. And it is this type of tree for the same reason. So when the wind hits the aspen tree or the poplar tree, all of the leaves do this. And there's a lot of chatter and there's a lot of noise. And so this card is all about learning how to tune that out, learning how to appreciate it for what it is, but not letting that affect your inner peace, your inner work, and just enjoy what you're seeing and become less affected by it. So
that makes sense. That makes sense for me too. Well, I want to thank you, Erika. This has been very cool.
Thank you for having me.
I know that you've got lots of messages that say thank you, and I think pretty much everybody said that. And there was one. Robin said spot on for me. So excellent.
Yeah, I just read them, I interpret them, but your spirit guides are the ones that your spirit guides are talking through me. So I have very little to do with what comes up.
Well, Erika, if you could stay on for a little bit after we're done, we are out of time. So thank you for everybody for being here. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for putting me up with me flipping my hair. And I will see you next week, and we may have a guest on the show next week. Not positive yet, but we shall see.
Thank
Anyway,
you.
thanks everyone.
Blessings.
Thank you.